I'm on another micro adventure here, back at Harold Parker State Forest. Back just for another overnight trip here. And yeah, it's a little on the warm side today. Had a couple of quick thunderstorms roll through here, but we just got into the site here. We're just getting things set up. And I want to show you something. I said I was going to do it, and I did it. There is no longer a passenger seat in my van. As you can see, a couple things sitting on here, but I got the fridge right here now in the front of the van. And no more passenger seat. So this is my first trial run with the setup here, see how it goes. So far the fridge is doing okay right here. Kind of like it, it's easy to access it now. I don't have that big bin of food sitting on top of it anymore, so we'll see how that goes overall here. We can still try putting the front wall up again, see how that works around the fridge, but it's in there. We have the fridge up in the front and no more seat. Really did open the interior space of the van up quite a bit. There's like 4 bolts I had to take off. 2 in the front were T55 Torx heads, and the 2 bolts in the back required, I think, maybe a 1/2 inch. So no, it was bigger than 1/2 inch, I know that. Pretty good sized wrench, but it's still maybe 3/4 inch wrench. But yeah, took a little force because things were a little rusted from the years, but nothing like taking those back benches out were. so we got that out. That's all set to go. This is kind of a trial run for now. I'm not building anything special for it, but after I test it out and confirm that I like the setup here, we're going to build a custom cabinet that's going to go around it. I have to design it yet and things like that, but we'll set it up there. We'll have a big storage area for firewood in the front, spot for the fridge in the back, and it will integrate with my wall that I'm going to be eventually building somehow. But it also has to be removable. That's an important key feature of it, because it's going to be right up against the doghouse in the front of the van, and if a service ever has to be done on the van, that needs to be removed, and I can't have that cabinet there while the doghouse is being removed. So one of the design features I have to keep in mind there when I build this is that I have to make sure the whatever cabinet I build in the front is removable, and this also has to not get in the way of the airbag, because that's going to be an issue too. Hopefully it's never a major issue, because I never want to get into an accident, so if I don't get into an accident, it's not an issue. But if I ever do get into an accident, I can make sure if the airbag deploys, it doesn't crash into a bunch of stuff or into the cabinet or anything like that. In fact, if anybody knows how to disable an airbag, let me know. I would love to disable the passenger side airbag in this van without disabling the whole airbag system, and without having the airbag light come on or anything. So if anybody knows how to do that, please let me know. I would really like to know how to go about doing something like that. The other thing I had to deal with too is that you see this seatbelt sticking up right here. So that's the seatbelt from the passenger seat. I actually unbolted it from the seat and put it back in there. There's a pyrotechnic device in the seatbelt that had to be dealt with. Yes, a pyrotechnic device. It's called a pre-tensioner, and what that does is, if I am in an accident, that little explosive will go off, pushes a piston into a cylinder, and tightens the seatbelt. So it's not a huge explosive, but it's enough to lock the seatbelt down a little tighter. If I had just fully removed that from the van, it would have also turned the airbag light on, and depending on who you ask, may even disable the whole airbag system. So I decided to leave the seatbelt in there for now. I know there's little modules I can plug in the end of the wiring harness that will make the van think the seatbelt thing is still there, but for now it had to stay in there, so I just tucked it down into that corner down there. And God forbid if we ever get into an accident, it does trigger, it's not going to go anyplace, at least not going to go flying through the van where it is right now, so shouldn't be a huge issue. But again, if I decide I'm keeping this setup, we'll buy everything we need to make it work right. So that's what I've been up to here. So it's been kind of an interesting little project, but so far I think I'm going to like this setup. It hasn't caused any issues driving out here, so So again, if anybody knows how to disable that airbag without it disabling the driver's side airbag, please let me know. It would be much, much safer to not have that airbag go off if I'm in an accident, because that's going to cause stuff to go flying. And I'd prefer that didn't happen. It'll also allow me to have a little bit more freedom in building my cabinet out. And good morning. For my last clip there, I put the camera down and just enjoyed the fire for a bit last night and didn't shoot any more videos, so here we are in the morning, still at Harold Parker. I had a decent night's sleep last night, though not great because it was just too hot and sticky. It was like 86 degrees in the van when I went to bed last night. Ugh. And humid. Well, I pulled out my little battery operated fan, let that run for a while, ended up getting up probably about 3 in the morning and shutting that off. And yeah, I slept without blankets or anything last night. It was just too hot. So I slept okay. Didn't sleep great. But anyway, definitely need a roof vent in this van. There's no doubt about that. That's something we gotta work on. Anyway, time to make some coffee. So for breakfast today, I'm just going to keep it simple. We're actually brought an English muffin along. We're just going to have a simple egg and cheese English muffin because I didn't even think to bring any meat along, so I don't have any bacon or anything to put in it. So we're just going to make a simple meatless one, basically, an egg and cheese in an English muffin. So we're going to toast the English muffin first because it'll be easier to toast it in a clean pan than a pan that's cooked an egg in it. This is how we're going to toast it here. The pan's small enough I'm only going to be able to toast one side at a time too, but oh well. I didn't want to pull out one of the bigger pans for this. Yeah, it's toasting nice and fast too. This is good. This works out good. Hot. Works out really good here. I gotta turn the temperature down some here. Wow. Alright. Seems a little safer to take the English muffin out with. Oh. Down. Luckily, this process doesn't take too long. What's the birds here? They're trying to steal my English muffin. Okay, we're just trying to melt the cheese a little bit, which isn't quite so easy to do in an open frying pan, but he's just about done here. Sandwich is almost ready. Yes, I've got yellow American and cheddar on top, so it just doesn't melt very well, unfortunately. Should get myself some sliced cheddar. Make these sorts of breakfasts a lot easier. Here's the finished result. All set to go. I got my breakfast sandwich, I got my coffee, I'm going to grab my tablet, watch a little bit more YouTube while I have some breakfast here. And it'll be time to hit the road. Well, we got to clean the dishes and get myself cleaned up here. And time to head back home because I got to get back to work. yeah, I got hot and sticky and took my shirt off. Anyway, oh, we're all packed up here. Just about ready to take off. Gotta take the screen off the window still, and I gotta take my wall down. But otherwise, we're ready to go here. So I want to give a quick update too on some of my lower abdominal problems for those who've been following along. So first of all, I know my videos are about a month behind, so so things have happened quite a bit there since between now and when you're probably seeing this video. Things have probably developed again beyond this, but yeah, it's been an interesting adventure so far. So first I want to thank everybody who's given me suggestions in the comments. That's good information there. I appreciate the help. And let's see. So far we really haven't solved the problem. It's getting better on its own. It's slowly getting better. It's taking its time. I've been through a whole pile of tests to try to figure this out, because I've had the x-ray first at urgent care, and then I got myself an actual primary care physician with full health insurance now, so I'm covered there. And I went in and they've had me, well, they checked me out, then they had me get an ultrasound, a full blood workup, and then a CAT scan. And yeah, I don't have a direct answer as to what the problem is. The CAT scan gave me the biggest amount of information. They definitely said I don't have a blockage, I don't have a hernia, and they didn't really see anything else significant on there. That I don't have acute diverticulitis, or diverticulitis, easy enough for me to say. But the x-rays did show, at least the CAT scan, the CT scan, the technician did say that they did see signs of, what was it, moderate diverticular change. Not quite sure what that means, but I have a feeling that's pinpointing where the major issue is here. I don't actually have diverticulitis, but I have something kind of like a very mild case of it. Something similar. I think that's what it is. So I think it's just going to take some time for it to clear up on its own. If it doesn't clear up in a few weeks, I'm going to go back and talk to my doctor about seeing a gastroenterologist, who's probably going to suggest I do the really fun colonoscopy, which I'm not looking forward to, but oh well. It's more the prep that's the problem than the procedure itself, but we'll deal with that as it comes. So that's where we're at right now. So anyway, other than that, they did find a couple other interesting things that I wasn't expecting, the kind of incidental. Apparently I have a tumor. No, it's benign. They know what it is. I can't pronounce it, but I'll put the wording at the bottom of the screen here. You can figure out how to pronounce it. But it's kind of like a big ball of fat that's formed on the side of my kidney. They discovered that while they were trying to find the other problems during the CT scan. And it's one of these things that they're going to have to keep an eye on. Not really causing any problems right now, but it could in the future, and they just have to keep an eye on it. So CAT scans are going to become a regular part of my life now. Every 6 to 12 months, I'm told, I have to go get another CT scan. Fun. So that's going to become routine for me. Oh well. So I'm sure there's going to be much more adventure related to that coming down the road in some years ahead. Wish me luck. The other thing they discovered, apparently I have a 5mm kidney stone too. So something else to look forward to. Oh well. Such is life. At some point I'll talk to a urologist there to see if we can do something about it before it becomes an issue. So just waiting for a referral to get to see one. So that's the update as it stands right now. And other than that, I guess it's time to finish packing up and head on home. So here's the site all cleaned up. I think I may have accidentally grabbed a handicap site this time. So if anybody, any handicapped individuals were hoping to get into Harold Parker this last night, sorry. I didn't mean to grab a handicap site. I didn't realize it was one until I got here and looked at it and said, you know what, I think this is a handicap site. Or at least an accessible site. That's flat, wide open, the type of fire pit it has here. So, didn't mean to do that. I'll make sure I don't grab the site again in the future. A little too open for my liking anyway. I much prefer the ones surrounded by trees. Yeah, I know, trees and solar panels don't mix well together, but it is what it is. So that's the site. Like I said, all I have to do now is take the screen off the window, take my blanket wall down off the front, and I'm all packed up and ready to go. So I guess this is where we're going to end the video here. This was not a super exciting adventure this time, just another micro adventure. I never even left the campsite when I got here. Just kind of relaxed. It was just nice to have a nice evening down by the fire. This picture here is a picture I took last night. I didn't shoot any video of it, but that's what my setup looked like at night. It was real nice. Anyway, alright, so we're going to take off here. So remember, slow down and enjoy life. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.